Well, hello everybody. It's Tommy Guns coming at you. Just want to do this video. I haven't been on here in a while. I'm just trying to sit back and watch and see what people are doing. But it's sad what people are doing because they're not waking up to what's happening in the world. They're just going along with everyday life and they're going along with their little agendas and stuff. So this is bigger than what people think, and what we're facing is bigger than what everybody thinks it is. So we have to get that straight. We can't stop. I can't stop this. We can't stop it. Even if there's hundreds of thousands of people, because the same thing is going on in overseas. Guys, we're not stopping it. All we can do is get ready for it. So, like in Venezuela, they're eating pigeons and stuff in the streets because it's all they can find to eat. So, same thing is going to happen eventually here. Where we're going to be doing the same thing, and it has to do with the new world order. And if people don't understand that, then okay. But this is what we're facing: is the new world order. That's what they want, is to destroy everything, to bring in their new world order, which is basically going to dumb down everybody. What do you think's been happening with the children, the schools? It's all being done right in front of us. They're doing it right now. Common Core, all the other stuff. They want to dumb everybody down so that we're nothing but sheep, and they can completely control us then. So they can't let us have guns and have faith and have freedom and have liberty, because if they do that, then we are going to maybe take back our country and stuff. But they're not going to allow that to happen. I don't see that happening. I see the New World Order, and I see biblical things happening. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. So anybody who doesn't want to agree, that's great. That's fine. Don't agree. But I think it's a biblical thing for me. To see what's happening in the world. I don't see how they're going to let this continue without doing something about it, because they know people are waking up. So they're going to have to do something, just like they do every other time in history. If we go to war, that's what happens. So get ready to go to war. We already have our guys putting facilities right along the Russian border, our missile defense systems, and other things like that. This is not a local thing, okay? This is a global thing. So we're doing something globally that people do not understand geopolitical things, and they're too stuck on their local things, which is good. I mean, I'm not saying don't be stuck on those things. We need that. We need that. But geopolitically, we are in so much deep crap, and the U.S. dollar and everything else that's going on, everybody wants to be afraid of. They don't want to talk about that. They want to talk about transgender, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's all it is. It's a bunch of distraction. So meanwhile, globally, they're doing all these things, and we're not paying attention to what's happening globally. That's what the people need to understand and pay attention to, not transgender bathrooms, or whether you're this or that or the other thing. I really don't give a damn. I care about humanity, and I care about global issues that are happening right now, and people are not paying attention to those issues. They're too worried about other stuff, and I'm quite frankly a little bit upset about that, because we're not going to win any war when we're talking about bathrooms or we're talking about gorillas. This is not going to solve anything, guys, gals. The more they divert you from reality, the more you're going to go down the wrong way, and not understand the bigger picture. Because there's a huge picture here that most people don't understand, or they can't see it, and for whatever reason they can't see the big picture. The big picture is way bigger than most people think, and they will not see it, and they are dumbed down because they're buying into all this other garbage that's happening right now around them. That's not the answer. The answer is to look at bigger issues, big things that are happening around the world that people do not want to understand. They want to worry about smaller issues. The real issues are, this is a geopolitical game. It's a chess game that they're playing against all of us. Please, people, understand. It's bigger than just your little local community. We can try at our local level, but that's not working. Not going to be able to stop what's coming. Everybody thinks they can stop this stuff. You're not going to stop this. Rational thinking is being lost because you're not thinking rational anymore. You're thinking about what little things you may be able to do. Great. I want you to do those things. I want you to fight for those things. That's good. That's honorable. That is what we're supposed to do, is fight for that. But you're not going to stop the New World Order. And you're not going to stop Satan's plans. Luciferian stuff that's going on, you're not going to stop it. It's going to continue. If you read what's actually coming, then we would all understand that, but we don't, because everybody's divided, and I don't understand. And I'm not trying to, again, people, push any kind of religion on anybody. I care about people. That's all it is. I care about my fellow man, and I don't want them to go down the wrong path, and I don't want them not to be saved in the end because of some stupid belief system that they may believe in, because they're being derailed. We are off the rails, man. This system, we are off the rails. There's no, I don't see how we're ever going to get back on the rails. It's over. And this is not something that, this is something bigger than what most people think. It's a lot more, on my way of thinking, more biblical than it is just something that's just happening. Because of my understanding, and I could be wrong, okay? And I'm not gonna. I'm sorry to push that on people. I don't want to push it on nobody. I don't want to try to get them to believe. I'm sorry. I just care about people, And I just want them to realize that this is bigger than what people think it is, and it's biblical to me. So it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, I could be wrong, obviously. So I don't want to push that on nobody, and I'm sorry if I have, and I don't mean to do that. It's just that I care. So I just care about people. I want them to be safe. I want them to be able to move forward and not be stuck, in this evil world that we're living in. Because I see it that way, that there's so much evil in this world. It's all around us, and we have to be able to understand that. So, and be able to get around from that evilness. I just want to help people understand the magnitude of what's happening, and I don't think they do. Most people don't, and I feel sorry for them for not doing that. But and I pray for people, even my enemies. I pray for them, you know. And all this transgender, neutral crap, blah blah blah. That's all part of it, because they're being deceived. They're being brainwashed into thinking that they can pick whatever gender or neutral or whatever. I'm not a male. I'm not a female. But I'm a what? What are you? Come on, guys. We're male or female. That's how we were born. We weren't born transgender. We were born a male, or we were born a female. People just go on with all this stuff, and now it's gone too far. It's gone too far. I don't know what else to say. It's just very frustrating to me to see these people doing this, and it's blasphemy to me. And if you don't like that word, or you don't like what I said, then fine. You don't have to. I have freedom of speech. This is America, right? My roots go right back beyond the Mayflower, okay? Where I come from. That's fine. I go back way before all that, through my real bloodline, which is my blood that goes all the way back, that's been tracked through ancestry or whatever, through my mom's the one that did all the research. But I don't even care about that. That doesn't even matter. That's not the point. The point is that people are losing their effing minds, and they're talking about being whatever the term was. I can't even remember. Neutral, whatever. You're not a male. You're not a female. Really? You were born either as a female or a male. One or the other. That's it. You have a pecker or you have a vagina. Okay? When you look down, you go, I got a vagina, I'm a woman. Stop all this garbage. This is ridiculous. It's destroying our race. It's destroying humanity itself when you sit here and do this stuff and say it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to do this. You are male or you are female. Period. The Lord did not make you a male by accident or a female by accident. You are that for a reason. Just because they say you can decide whether you want to be a male or not doesn't mean that's the right thing to do. Oh, I choose to be a female today. Or no, tomorrow I'm a male. Come on, people. Absolutely ridiculous. And people want to buy into that stuff? No, that is ridiculous. And I am not going to sit back here and let people talk about how it's okay to be a male or a female one day or another. No, it's not. It's not okay. Okay? And if you want to believe that's okay, that's fine. You don't have to believe me, but that is not okay. So you're just going to let them mess your whole fucking world up and let you become some kind of individual that doesn't even fucking exist because you're not a male or you're a female. So you're what? So you're what? Come up with some other name for it. I want to hear that. Next. That's what's going to happen. Some other name for some female or male bullshit to just confuse people even more and dumb them down some more and let them just fucking believe that they can be whatever the hell they want to. That's bullshit. You're either a female or a male. God did not make some middle creature or some other thing that, my God, guys, you want to be something that what they're doing to you is manipulating you into allowing you to be whatever you want to be so that they can destroy you. Does anybody get that? Or is it, I have sympathy for the transgenders. I have sympathy for, no, I don't. I don't. Because I'm a male. I was born a male. I'm a male. I have a pecker. And that's what it is. Okay? So stop all this bullshit and stop destroying people's lives. Stop destroying children's lives by asking them what gender they relate to. When they're a male, when it's a young man that needs to grow up as a man, they're trying to say, well, you can choose to be a woman. That's bullshit. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of everybody going along with it. I totally disagree with allowing that shit to happen. And it should not happen in our society. It never did before, and it should not now. Only because they're using it to destroy our fucking future. Our children's future is being destroyed because of those reasons, their agendas. You have to understand that. Please, people, stop buying into all this shit and start thinking about the bigger picture, which is way bigger than any of this stuff. Our planet is dying. We are killing it. We are destroying our environment every single day. We are losing hundreds of insect species. Is all being destroyed right in front of our eyes. And you just let it go on because you want to talk about transgenders or some bullshit. There's way more important things to talk about than that. There's way more important things to think about than some stupid government crap that's ruining our society, which they've already been doing forever. And I'm starting to get pissed off about it because they're doing it every single day and people are buying into it and they're sitting there talking about some bullshit that doesn't even matter. Our planet is dying when we're geoengineering, spraying, chemicals, fucking all the other stuff that's going on. I don't even want to go on because it's just ridiculous. We're just going to continue to talk about bullshit and not talk about real issues. That's what's going to happen. And that's how they've done it. They set it up that way so that people are talking about stuff like that all the time about some bullshit when there's way more important things to be thinking about than bullshit like that, that's just a stepping stone for the New World Order to bring in what they want. Damn, I'm sorry, you guys, but that's the truth. The truth is that that's what they're doing. And if you don't want to listen to it, fine. Just tune me out and go away and don't listen to what I have to say. But if you want to listen to the truth, that's the truth. They're going to dumb you down and they're going to steer you away from real things that are happening right now. So we're going to look at the gorilla and we're going to look at transgenders and we're going to blah, 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 when really, meanwhile, they're robbing you fucking blind. The the TPP, the TPIP, the fucking NAFTA, GATT, blah, 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 all the trade deals that they've done are destroying this country on purpose. And they are continuing to do so, and they will continue to do so until, and there's, everybody thinks, well, with the common law and all that. Yeah, I get it. I get common law. I understand that we're sold out. I understand that I'm just a piece of paper or a number. I get that. But how are you going to fix it? You can't fix what's happening right now. Even if we had 100 million people, they're just going to laugh. They're going to laugh at that. We're not going to fix it that easily. Okay? You just have to see, that's a difference from where I am, where everybody else seems to be. Like they can just do all this stuff and fix all this stuff. It's not going to happen that easily. You can yeah, I know what a common law is. I know what the Constitution is. I stand behind the Constitution. Even though I have faith, I understand what it means, and I understand how biblical it is, even how it's written, and how it actually connects to that. But most people won't connect the dots, and they just go on and on and on about blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, I don't see anything happening. I don't see anything stopping. I don't see any of this being changed. It's not going to be, because this is bigger than that. But everybody doesn't understand that. They want to just sit back and go, well, it's this or that, or it's the Constitution. No, it's bigger than that. That's what people don't get. Yeah, I want people to follow the Constitution because that's the law of the land, right? That's the law of this land that was written. I want everybody to follow that. And it's actually under God, but some people don't like that because it's under God, so they don't like that. But that's what it's supposed to be. When the Revolutionary War was fought, it was under God. And even George Washington, which I don't particularly like, excuse me, said it was divine intervention through God. Does that mean that's true? I don't know that. I can't prove that. But he said it was, and it was the reason why he had moral high ground in the moral rights is why we won. But can I prove that? No. So I don't know that. But all I know is that people are misconstrued so far down the road and so far down the river that they don't have any clue what's going on. And I feel sad for them. I'm sorry for the people who do not understand. This goes deep, and it goes from the beginning of our time. So if you just want to talk about stuff that doesn't really matter that much, then go ahead. We can talk about common law all day. We can talk about, all that stuff, which is important, but I don't see how that's solving anything, because you don't have enough people. We don't have enough resources to do anything about it. And it's been so long since our country has been taken over that I don't see how we're going to fix it. And I think and again, I think it's a more biblical thing that's happened. It's beyond our control. So you're just going to have to let that happen. But, excuse me, at the same time, you're going to have to keep righteous with the Lord, with Yah, and that stuff to make it through it. Because we're going to go through this stuff whether people like it or not. And if you're on the wrong side of things, I don't see how you're going to make it through it. So you either have faith and you have whatever, and you don't have to have it. I'm not condoning anybody. God, please don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that from what I understand, you can be written in the book of life or not. And if you're not, and you fall away from His grace, then I don't know what's going to happen to you. I just don't know. That's just my opinion. And if you don't like it, fine. I don't care. But I'm still going to I still have my freedom of speech. So I'm going to still speak the way I do and talk about what I want to talk about. And I don't mean to push it on anybody, and I'm sorry if I ever have. I don't want to push that because it's not religion. And that's what people get wrong. It's not a religion thing. It's just the writing. It's the understanding of the writings of history, real history. The real writings, the scrolls and stuff that were written. That's all it is. It's not about, me pushing on, you have to believe what I believe, or, I'm going to, disown you. But that's not the case. It's just a matter of understanding those things and then going beyond that, which, the sea scrolls and the other books. There's lots of other books that you can read, and that gives you a good insight. But that's only on you, not me. So I don't want people to get pissed off about that. And it's stupid if people do, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying to believe only what I believe or you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. And people who want to think that, they're wrong. I'm not saying that. I just want them to look into it. That's all. Just please look into it for yourself. And for new people who may listen to this, just look into the books. Read. Spend your time when you're not doing something. Pick up the Bible, or pick up the Book of Enoch, or just start reading those things, and then think about where we are today in our society, in our world, and then just try to put those things together. If you can see those things come together, which I have myself personally, but that doesn't mean anybody else has to. But I see it all connected. In my opinion, this is a biblical thing that we cannot stop. We're not going to stop it. Okay, it's too big. You can go to your local guy, your local governor, whatever. That's not going to do anything. You can go out in the streets and preach all you want and put your signs up. It's not going to stop it. If you think that you're going to stop it by doing that, then I think you're misled. But I'm not saying don't do it. I think that's a good thing. Because we should all do that when we know something's wrong. And I think that it also says that too. To do that. To walk in the truth. That's what it says. So if you want to walk in the truth, whatever it may be to you, my truth is what I believe in. That's fine. Your truth may be what you believe in. But as long as you walk in it, then you're good. But I have a problem with, you know, people that are running around, uh, the Antichrist people, the Satanists that are running around, you know, basically bashing Christ. I mean, I have a problem with that. It's not cool. And people can go around and do that all they want if they want to, but I'm just saying I do not find that to be cool at all. I find that to be blasphemy. I find that they're going to go to hell for what they're doing here, and that's just my opinion, though. So anybody can take it the way they want. But I know there's good and evil in this world, and those people are unfortunately falling for it, and I pray for them not to do it, but they do, and I can't stop them from believing in what they believe. I believe in what I believe, so that's all. So I don't want to be bashed for what I believe in. I don't want to be, you know, I don't want to push it on anybody else neither. Really, I sometimes slip up because I want people to be helped. I want them to be saved. I want them to come to understand what's happening for real. That's all. I just care. So when I may do that, it's just because I care. It's not because I'm trying to be arrogant or trying to push something on somebody. It's just because I care. That's all. That's the only reason. I'm not a jerk. I'm not an arrogant person, and I'm not a judgmental person either. Some people get that wrong and don't understand my purpose, but I think that my purpose in this world is to wake people up to the full truth about what's happening. And I don't think people have any clue right now what the real purpose is, what's happening. And that's my opinion. But even if they could just wake up to the falsehoods of everything else, 9/11, uh, the Tonkinese incident, even in World War II, all that stuff, that's all BS. So it's all pre-programmed, pre-planned. They let it happen so we can go to war, so they can make more money. You have to understand about the elites. So that's all there. But if they don't want to understand that, then I can't help them. But that's the truth. It's all been set up prior to everything that's happened with World War I all the way through where we are now. And it's like two different playbooks of a football game. You got Lucifer's and you got Christ's. You have two playbooks. They're playing their book, and Christ, he's telling you what their playbook is. Basically, he's saying this is what they're going to do. And so that's how I see it. But, I could be wrong. To each their own. You have your own opinions. I'm not going to condemn anybody for it. I'm not going to attack anybody for it. I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying what I see. So anybody who's watching this, it's just my opinion. It's my belief. It's my view of what I understand in this world, and that's all. I'm sorry to be rambling on. I am rambling on now because kind of on a roll here, but it's what you believe in. It doesn't matter about if my neighbor believes that he's a alien from fucking Neptune or something. Okay, fine. Cool, dude. If you're from Neptune, what's it like there? I'm not gonna bash him for that, but I don't at the same time want to be bashed for my beliefs. So if I believe in something, he says, "Well, where are you from?" I'm from planet Nibiru or wherever. Oh, cool. Okay. But bashing people over everything is ridiculous. And I don't mean to do that to anybody. And if I ever have, I'm sorry. Because I didn't mean to ever push anything on to anybody. It's not my objective. My objective is to get people to wake up to the New World Order, to understand that we are in deep crap, and I don't see how we're going to stop it. And the only reason why I went where I have gone through all my research and all my time is to Christ. Okay, that's where it took me. It may not take anybody else there, but it took me to Christ. It took me right there. Everything I see took me to Christ, and believing on having faith from what he did, what Yah did, what Jesus did for all of humanity. But see, that's my opinion. You don't have to believe it, and I'm not trying to push it on you or anything like that. I'm sorry if I ever have. But that's my beliefs, is that he died for all sins, that so that we could be saved. And as long as we believe in him and what he did, we will be saved, no matter what. As long as you believe, you will be saved. If you don't believe that he did what he did for us, then I'm sorry. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just believe that he died for us, for all sins of the world. What happened, sins previous and future sins that any man would commit, he died for, so that we could all be saved from it. And all you have to do is believe. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to be a Bible thumping preacher or whatever, which everybody goes around, doing. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is just believe in what he did, and you'll be saved, and you'll be written into the book of life. Just my opinion. Just from what I understand. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right either. So I'm not some guy who's going around saying I know everything, I'm right. If you don't believe me, you're going to be, you're condemned to hell or whatever. I'm not saying that. I don't know that. All I'm saying is that's what I believe. And so you don't have to believe what I believe, but I would hope so, because of what it says and what I see, that you would understand that. But I can't control people's minds. It's not up for me to do that. Some people go and get mad about it and whatever. That's the wrong thing to do. Even though I could be wrong, and I sometimes do things I shouldn't do, because I'm trying to get people to be saved or understand. I care about them so much that I maybe go a little overboard, because I want to save them. I want to get them saved. I want them to see the truth. I want them to see what I see. Doesn't mean it's the truth, but that's what it's about. So I hate when people get upset about that, but it can be me, pushing a little too hard, trying to get them to see things the way I see it, and they don't have to believe that. So but that's where I'm at. Okay, for everybody who wants to know, I believe in Christ. I believe and that he did everything for us to save us from all sins of the world, from prior sins to the future sins, all sins. And all you have to do is believe on him and what he did, and that's it. You don't have to go to church. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do anything, but just do that. And if you do that, you are saved, and you will have everlasting life. It says it right there. In multiple times it says it. So I could be wrong, but I believe I'm right. And that's just my opinion, and if anybody doesn't like it, it's okay. I just want people to be saved and not be trapped in this illusion of this world where we have the Antichrist coming and it's all already happening. It's all biblical stuff that's written, and as far as I'm concerned, it's all there already. And people are going to buy for it. They're going to buy into it. And they're going to take the mark of the beast. And they're going to take it voluntarily. If they gave it to me and I didn't voluntarily take it, like if they were to give me a shot and they were forcing it on me, I'm still okay because I didn't volunteer to do it. When you volunteer and you accept it, then you've taken on that mark. I'm not doing that. I never will. And I hope people realize that it's a big deal right now, what's happening, and it's coming to fruition very soon. And people who don't understand and don't believe and don't have faith, that I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you big time, that you realize what is happening, and so that you can be saved and your families can be saved. And you don't have to be some kind of church going, vessel, whatever. It doesn't have to do with that. I wish people would reconsider that. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here, and I love you all, and I pray for you. And God bless you all. And if you don't like that, I'm sorry. But I'm going to keep saying that, and I'm not going to change my ways. I'm standing where I am and what I am, and no one will ever change that. Because I'm an actual man. And I stand and I will not waver from what I say or do. When people start wavering around, start switching who they are, then you got to check them. But I will not do that. I stay firm in my beliefs, and I stay firm as who I am. And I want to see humanity reach levels that we can reach, but we're being suppressed. Amen. God bless.